taken the conversation towards a certain billionaire who did really poorly in one of the debates. And no, it's not Tom Steyer, who's now dropped out. This is Bloomberg. Bloomberg has been, well, originally was polling somewhat well in the southern states, but well, that's changing. Let's take a look at that.
That new video we were just showing that came into MSNBC of those church attendees turning their back on Michael Bloomberg at that Selma church. Is this, Larry, the kind of issue that no amount of money can erase? I mean, is this a snapshot? Or do you think when you look bigger picture, this is going to be hard to overcome for Michael Bloomberg?
I believe the latter, Alex. I think it's going to be hard to overcome. Bloomberg's moment was rising in January. And if he hadn't attended that first debate, maybe we'd be having a different conversation. But between that and the rising of stop and frisk and some other issues involving Bloomberg, sexual harassment, I think the air went out of his balloon. He's still going to do relatively well. You would think so, given the hundreds of millions of dollars he spent on advertising. But it's hard to see his path to the nomination, Alex.
So there you go. Wow. This is the thing. It's like, it was really crazy. Still go back to this one podcast I saw that was like, see, money can't buy the election. It just so happens that the presidential election is hugely publicized, and it's a lot of smaller races that, of course, Michael Bloomberg basically said that he bought 40 Democratic races, but nonetheless, this is good. This is the fact that there are people setting up. This becomes a big news story. This could signify the end of Bloomberg, because Bloomberg has not been in the first 4 states. And like Biden, he's like, I'm going to have a firewall. That firewall is going to be Super Tuesday. And he's just been dumping ads into, well, everywhere. He's been on social media. I was recording a video last night, and I was recording it, and the Bloomberg ad pops up on it. So there you go. But it looks like people just aren't biting. I think that they made a good point we kind of made the point too when we saw it. He really screwed up buying his way onto the debate stage. That was the thing that really just destroyed his momentum. And everyone's like, oh, this is the guy behind the ads. And that mainstream press disseminated that. And so it's not working too well for Bloomberg right now. Yeah. But guys, do you think that this is going to be representative of things to come?
I'm going to keep this just short and sweet. But a picture says 1,000 words. You see, those protesters are not only brave, but they are patriots calling out something that's been going on for a very long time. Under his tenure, New York City, with Mike Bloomberg, he was basically implementing policies and turning a blind eye to police corruption. And all the while, the African-American community, the Latino community, the Muslim community in New York City, that big major metropolitan city, the big melting pot of the world, under his time as mayor, those communities were harassed. People were abused by stop and frisk, constant surveillance. This is the guy that's going to beat Trump, the Republican, in a Democratic primary. He just gave like $10 million to the DCCC and $10 million to the DCCC and then $300,000 to the DNC so that he could get on the debate stage. This is the guy that's going to, represent you? No, those people had every right to stand up and turn their back on him. All those people in that church service are heroes, and they're speaking the truth, something that we all know. Paul.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't a whole lot more to say about that. It's nice to know that Bloomberg's money and all of his ads aren't blinding people to who he is as a politician. And it's nice to see people standing up and turning their backs to him when he's speaking at a church like that. We don't like what you have to say, Bloomberg. We don't want you in our politics.
We don't want you in our
even know
church.
how you're in this party. Get your money out of here. So,
and again, for 5 people to stand up in especially a church context, like there's a lot more people that are thinking it that aren't standing.
Yeah,
right.
And everyone needs to stand up and represent and actually fight against power.